Is it harder to raise 25 million to make a film, or is it harder to raise 1 or 2 million for a smaller film?
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye.
The answer is easy. It's harder to raise $1 million than 25 million. I'm just saying there's a prejudice against films under $1 million.
You know why I pulled you over today, sir?
Because I'm black.
Oh, look at these little assholes think they run shit. Whoa! Hold it right there. Up against the wall, let's go. Put your hands on top of your head.
You guys headed to, huh? Some sort of gang meeting?
2 black males, 1 other.
Profiling saves lives.
Why did you pull us over?
Ma'am, I wasn't speaking to you.
Stay right there, mister, and don't move.
Don't do it. Come on, do it, boy. All right. This shit right here. This shit right here.
Let him up. Hold on. Look at these little niggas here.
I mean, look at him.
You can tell just by the color of his
Yup.
skin. Fuck you! Fuck the police!
Nigga, they just shoot first, ask questions later.
Drop that bat.
Hey, man, what you doing, man? Hey!
Wonder which one of these this belongs to.
Probably the one in the marijuana jacket.
Where are your wives tonight?
That cop's kind of a dick, man.
I think so.
Oh, shit, yo. Oh, man.
बेदली के सूखे पत्तों में छुपी ये पत्थर दिल पीढ़ी है मेरी। ऊंच नीच की बेड़ियां पैरों में पहने चमकीले भूतों को पकड़ने की कोशिश में ये पेड़ मगर सूखता जा रहा है। आसमानों में मंडरा रहे हैं बादलों के झुंड।
Oh, Jay. Meet Figs. Figs, Jay.
Interesting name.
Yeah, it's short for Figaro.
So, Figaro, what's your deal?
मुझे तो बस चरस से प्यार है।
Wow.
देख ले यार कुछ क्रीम हो तो।
M cream, bhaiji, the best hash in the world. One puff and nirvan.
Anyway, so where can we get some cream?
So there is a place way up in the hills. No official record of its existence. Not on the map, but the chosen few call it माँ बाबा जागल।
बरखुरदार कहाँ चल दिए?
Road trip.
Road trip? What are you talking about? Are you serious? We're not so different, you and I.
You drunk already?
No. Well, maybe a little.
It's our annual moon rave tonight.
Moon rave? What's that?
You know you created such a mess last night, and I was only trying to help you here.
Hi, my name's Jayashree Bose. That's Figs. We heard through a friend that you were in the area and about what's going on here, and we thought we could, well, volunteer.
Here we are. And now what?
when an actor takes a little too long as he's walking to the door, you know he's going to stop and turn around and say,
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
You are listening to another edition of Block Report Radio with the People's Minister of Information, J.R. Today, our honored guest is Miss Rebecca Brando. She is the daughter of acting legend Marlon Brando, and she also has worked on a film about her father's life called Listen to Me, Marlon.
It's a great film. I mean, my dad was one to be very private about his work and his life, and yet here it is. He's completely exposed in this insightful masterpiece of a documentary because it's unprecedented. I mean, he recorded audio tapes, about 300 hours worth of audio over the course of his life, and into a dictaphone.
How did you pick what you were going to use for the documentary?
Well, well, what happened was, you know, the estate had found a box full of these tapes and said, we need to do something with this because it's just got so much great information. And they came on board, and they were just the perfect team to do this because they were just so sincere in their way of wanting to portray my father in a positive light. So the director, Stephen Riley, he stitched piece by piece audio, using the audio tapes and creating a narrative of my father's life from his childhood through his work as an actor. I think it's great insight for an actor to watch this film because he talks about techniques and how to capture the audience and keep the audience's attention on the actor.
Well, let me slow you down because you're hitting all the points, the questions I want to ask you, but I don't want you to gloss over them. Let me slow you down. I have a lot of quotes, but we're going to just hit some of them. One thing that he says that I thought was very insightful and thought-provoking was things that are extremely painful to you. You don't want them in your consciousness. You want to forget about them. You could imagine having to go to some place every night and having to go through all of that. Get yourself upset. If you have to cry or to scream or to be ruined in some way, that's work. That's hard work. I mean, can you talk a little bit about, you know, you knew the man behind the scenes and you got to see him when he came home and when he got a chance to take that acting mask off. But what kind of effect does acting at that level have on a person where America sees you as the greatest actor ever?
Wow, that is a good, very deep question.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Marlon,
Let your mind drift back, way back in time, to a time when you were very young.
It is like a wonderful, soft dream.
Since I don't do anything else well, I might as well put all my energies into being as good an actor as I can.
You bring part of yourself to every character, but some parts are closer to us than others. Everybody's got something they're hiding.
In the theater, the actor is the boss. It's against the nature of human life to withdraw.
When what you are is unwanted, then you look for an identity that will be acceptable. A good con man can fool anybody. The first person that you fool was yourself. You lie for peace, you lie for tranquility, you lie for love. I feel as though I'm coming closer to what it means to be human. You are the memories. Hit him, knock him over. with an attitude, with a word, with a look.
Everybody feels like they're a failure. Everybody feels they could have been a contender.
He said it in the Listen to Me, Marlon, in the documentary, that you've got to get the audience on your time. Get them when they least expect it, before the popcorn drops into their mouth. That's when you have the audience. Right. So, and that's perfect because, and he kind of relates it to the boxer. I don't remember the name of the boxer in the movie, but he admired this one boxer, and he just said, you know, you never knew what you were going to get. He was a totally unpredictable fighter, and that's what my father did on the screen.
If you would like to hear more from the Block Report, you can go to blockreportradio.com.
The San Francisco Bayview newspaper and BlockReportRadio.com present the 3rd annual Black Media Appreciation Night on Saturday, September 12th at the African American Art and Culture Complex at 762 Fulton Street in San Francisco. Hosted by Katera and Kali O'Ray, with performances by M1 of Dead Press and Sista Imena, plus more unannounced surprise guests. Mark your calendar, Saturday, September 12th at the AAACC, 762 Fulton Street, San Francisco. Go to sfbayview.com for more info.
Alright, let me tell you. I'm talking about his story, but it's not his story. It's his story. His story. Bigger than his story.
About his madness. This is Lee Scrooge Perry, ha 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 ha. Who conquer all the vampire. Who conquer all the vampire.
This is the beat that is calling for peace.
Lee Perry took us out of this monochrome world.
Lee Perry is like one of the most important people of late 20th century music.
This is a movie of knowledge and a movie of understanding. What's your name? 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 That's it. Clockwise, clockwise, clockwise. Money. Don't run things anymore. Gotta run things, yeah? I am the original dreadlocks. I want the world to know that I'm not a deadlock. I am the Archangel, Lee Scratch Perry. So I was looking for a shelter for the black people. I call it the Black Ark.
I'd love to have been a fly on the wall
to see what the hell was going on in there. Because, you know, he apparently had limited amount of equipment, but just got this sound out, which is unbelievable.
Now this other room, even Bob Marley used to lead the stage. Who gets into the room? Here? Yeah? No one.
Words give I the power to say anything. Words give I the power to control the universe. Watch me now, this is a miracle. And you have never seen in all your life. A new generation shall rise. Who don't need no soldiers, no police. Biff, baff, biff, 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 biff. Toof, 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 toof. You know, reason for God to grow up. Where God must be a child forever.
Thank you.
Okay.
You got any batteries? No, the fan after?
Nah, man, I was for everything on, huh?
No, I'm just trying to get this last lesson and we'll see him before he leaves.
He didn't leave yet?
No, he's staying at Tacoma.
Yeah, they're really trying to keep him out of trouble, they're not.
You're still gonna be with me when I sell out the kingdom. Bro, how many people could even fit in there? 1 million? Nah, half that. For real, 1 million. Have you ever been to a Manos game? That stuff is crazy. And I should be your manager.
Come in the house, Costa.
Man, how come you couldn't just listen to me? I try to help you. Are you trying to get sent home too? I am home. Sam should be too. Abay! Abay!
Brought to you by the Traveling Film Circus.
You're watching Trill Television.
Stay tuned, enjoy the show, and you know, get the theism with me real quick. It's Trill TV, baby. You got what I mean? So, you know.
When did you, as his mother, take it serious and see that this was more than just a hobby?
Well, okay, so when I first realized that he was really serious about this is, I mean, I knew he was doing it as a hobby and stuff around the house, but then I got invited to a high school talent show in Vallejo. And everybody kept saying, you gotta go, because Andre is gonna perform and everybody's gonna be there. So this was the talk, you know, among his friends and kids his age. So I went to the talent show, you know, not knowing what to expect, but going to see, you know, Andre at the talent show. So I go to the talent show and I get there, and one of the things that really shocked me was the auditorium at the school was packed. There was not an empty seat in the auditorium. And this is the same high school that I went to. I had never seen so many people in this auditorium. I didn't realize that they were there to see Mac Dre until, so we're there watching the talent show, and some of the acts went on before Andre, But as soon as somebody announced the next artist was going to be Mac Dre, everybody went crazy in that auditorium. All the kids were on their feet. Everybody was screaming Mac Dre. And then as soon as he got on the stage and started rapping, everybody was on their feet. All the kids in that auditorium knew every single word. And I remember looking around, my sister went with me. I remember looking around at her saying, how do they even know all these lyrics? Because that song had not been played on the radio. I don't think that song had even been recorded yet. He hadn't even signed anything with a label, but they knew all the words. They knew those songs. And that's when I knew, wow, this is something big here. These people are responding to him and his lyrics. So at that high school talent show is when I realized, okay, Andre's serious about being a rapper.
So tell us, what was life like for Mac Dre when he hooked up with the Mac and he hooked up with Kyrie and was signed to Young Black Brother? How did life change, or did life change?
Yes, life changed because, like I said, Andre was writing and putting together beats and stuff at home. And I think, just word of mouth got out that, first of all, that song, I think, Too Hard for the Radio, when they heard that, I think that's when Kyrie approached Andre. I think somebody brought Andre to Kyrie because Kyrie had this record deal, I think, with Atlantic Records. So somebody brought Andre to Kyrie, and Kyrie saw something in Andre as well, and they ended up signing a record deal, and Andre recorded Too Hard for the Radio and a couple of other songs, and Kyrie put them on an EP and did the first album. And I think, when we saw that album cover, and I went with them to take the pictures of the album cover, and all the people that were there, and this was way back in the late 80s, early 90s, that's when things changed for Andre. That's when somebody really took him serious as an artist. He actually signed a record deal, and I think that was the beginning for Andre. That was the beginning of that career.
Rest in peace, Mac Dre.
Rest in peace, Mac Dre. One of the best ever.
For him, being an independent person, wanting to do his own thing, I don't need to sign a contract. I do better and I make more money and I have more control, being independent. So he learned about the whole being independent, in this music business. So yeah, life did change for him then.
When would you say that Mac Dre started taking it serious? What was one of the big first things that happened? You said the EP came out. I think at that time I was in like the 7th grade, 6th and 7th grade, and I remember bumping Mac Dre all damn day, y'all, and Too Hard. And I was in Oakland, Alameda, and Fremont in the 6th grade, about 12 years old, and I was up on it. So when would you say that Mac Dre was like, wow? And what did it feel like for him to come from a city like Vallejo that was unheard of on the rap scene, but it was heard of on the music scene? I know some funk comes out of Vallejo, but it was unheard of on the rap scene. And, what was it like for him to pioneer that?
I don't know that he realized and understood the impact, and I don't know that he even saw himself as a pioneer, because I know he looked up to people like Too Short. He looked up to people like Sally Cell and Spice One and, other rappers from the Bay Area. He was looking up to them. I don't even think that he was looking at himself as a pioneer. He just, wanted to do what they did. They were role models for him. He saw them doing it. He looked up to them. If he got to meet Too Short or Spice One or Shelly Cell, he was in awe of them. They were role models for him. He would look at them and say, "That's what I want to do." So at that point of the journey, I don't think he realized that he was pioneering. He just knew that this was something that he wanted to do, learned everything he possibly could learn about it, continued to write music, because then after writing the lyrics, he started making beats.
But Mac Wanda, it was an honor to have you on the show and to be able to hear straight from his mother. What was Mac Dre about? I appreciate the honor, and I appreciate you coming on and blessing us and hitting us off with the real deal history, so we don't got to hear it third person from somebody who didn't really know.
My pleasure, and thank you for inviting me.
Well, I'll see you there, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Have you seen me? I'm doing so good. Every time we meet, oh, I'm so sorry.
The San Francisco Bayview newspaper and BlockReportRadio.com present the 3rd annual Black Media Appreciation Night on Saturday, September 12th at the African American Art and Culture Complex at 762 Fulton Street in San Francisco. Hosted by Katera and Kali O'Ray, with performances by M1 of Dead Press and Sista Imena, plus more unannounced surprise guests. Mark your calendar, Saturday, September 12th at the AAACC, 762 Fulton Street, San Francisco. Go to sfbayview.com for more info.